Backyard Speedway's 24th season, 2009.
Rolling?
This is June 30th.
Is it rolling right?
2019. Twin 25s in store. Andrew Hook, rookie, in his debut last week. Chris Stevens, Matt Stevens, Steve Sixberry, Adam Lytle, Gary Miller Jr., the returning Gary Miller Jr., and a first-time rookie, followed by Melissa Stevens. First-time rookie is Tony Hemingway. Rookie in his second race, Andrew Hook leads in the Lytle's greenhouse, number 5. Chris Stevens tried to jump on the start, but Andrew was ready for it. Chris and Matt usually don't start this close to the front, but week 1 was AJ Adam Lytle and Steve Sixberry picking up the wins and leading the points. So they're starting near the front, which is somewhat unusual for them, minus the Classic, which is based by time trials. Our handicap usually puts the drivers with the most points and wins in the back, but start of the year, Chris and Matt have not had a very good start. So we'll see if this changes with them starting up front. The returning Gary Miller Jr. trying to get under Adam Lytle, who won feature, his 10th feature of his career last week. There's the son of Gary Miller Sr., one of the guys that Adam just passed not too long ago in the all-time stats. And Gary Jr. himself has one feature win to his credit years back. Andrew is Gary spins out there. He's driving the Galletta's greenhouse, number 0. No caution comes out. Andrew's doing very good for his second week at the Galletta Speedway. He's holding off the two wily vets, Chris and Matt. We'll put a little distance. Ooh, wow, Andrew went a little high that time. You get a little too high and you can go off the track. You might hit a little bit of loose dirt up there. And just slip right off the track or hit a barrier. Matt often teeters that fine line in that high groove, especially when he's in the lead. But you go a little too high and you can go bye-bye. So it's a fine line. Chris Stevens is running a line a little bit under Andrew and Matt. It looks like he's going a little over Andrew, and definitely over his brother Chris. The number 4 is back up to par this week because last week it was stuck with half throttle, and it was a miracle that he was able to hold anyone off in that thing. Problem solved, and it's up to par now, challenging, staying with the leader. Andrew now is looking under this week's first-time rookie, Chris, trying to do a slingshot. Matt had the same exact idea. Matt and Chris both tried to slingshot. One rookie on the other rookie. Andrew now looking underneath. And he's got him. Chris also hit him, but then he didn't close the door, which puts him in jeopardy of losing spots. Tony Hemingway held off Chris, and now Chris gets trained. The last week's feature winners, Steve Sixberry and AJ Adam Lytle, pass him. He punched his steering wheel there. Oh! Chris Stevens tried to duck down underneath. Tried to slingshot people, and there was an explosion out of the back of the 4. The Galletta's number 4 had some fire from the exhaust, and it lost power. And there's Chris, mystified as to what happened with the 4. He's concerned there's not much compression, some internal. There's right there. There's a snapshot of it right there, the exact moment the 4 lost power.
I think so. I was up there. Shit.
Chris also just realized that the camera stopped working.
Okay, hopefully this time we're recording. I have to jump into the 78, first time ever in the car, because my 4's engine cut out. And the 8 is slow.
Seeing the camera GoPro on Chris's helmet stopped working. I believe it's a micro SD card, and problem with the direction side next week, but give him another shot here. Steven's now first time in the 78. Oh, the cars launch off. Look in here. Look, someone in front of him spun, and Chris had nowhere to go. It was so fast. They're stuck there now. Gary was had the throttle down.
That's why I've got all these pads. I think I run up on your leg. Is that what I hit? Okay. Nothing bad, I think. Woo! That's it. Always got to be looking for when they bunch up like that.
That's the thing.
Yep. They bunch straight up. Yep.
Sorry about that, sir.
No, it's all right. It's an accident. As long as you're all right, you know.
Tower cam angle. You can see it looks like Gary bumped the back end when they all checked up. Gary bumped into the back end of the number 1 and shot him in a peculiar sideways motion. You can see they checked up after leader Andrew got a little sideways. The front of the 0 made contact with the back of the 1, and he spun sideways, and Chris had nowhere to go. The 78, Chris is getting the hang of it because it's his first time ever in the car, and it doesn't have the same handling as the other cars have.
Oh.
Are you going to let me keep my car or no?
Oh yeah, you can keep it. We're both wrecked the same way, so. Yeah. Now where's Matt going? He's making adjustments. You better go to the back.
And once again, the corrupt card on the GoPro has affected the helmet cam footage. It's on the camera, but it is corrupt. Pull anything out of it. But now here's attempt 2 of Chris trying to get the handle on that 78 during the race again. For those that don't know, at Galletta's we have many go-karts on site and you don't have enough people renting them. So a lot of times, if a cart breaks down, for a 5-point penalty in the regular season, you can hop into another cart if it's bad. Sometimes you have to switch the weight. There's way down for the lighter drivers for some of the carts, but in the classic, it's also you go a lap down too. But the regular season race, it's just a shorter race, not as big of a deal. Just go to that. So just falling behind a little bit, trying to get the hang of the 78. Andrew Hook is still leading here. That'd be impressive if he could go and lead every lap of his third race, second week and third race. Ooh, got sideways there, and I spoke too soon for Andrew Hook. He fell off the track in the middle of 3 and 4. Got a little too high, and the Galletta's 5, which is a fast cart, fast and loose, and you go a little too high, you're susceptible to get sucked off the track into the buckwheat up there. It hasn't been weed-eated or cut at all season so far. This puts last week's 2 feature winners and first and second. Adam Lytle tried to get Steve Sixberry, but he fell short, and Matt Stevens capitalizes, gets the fast groove, and now he's going to test Steve Sixberry in the low groove. Matt is, ooh, and Adam bumped him because he had nowhere to go. And pulled right in front of him. With his patented inside-out maneuver that he has passed many drivers over the years. Often other drivers try it, they can't quite master it the way Matt has. Matt right now is in the Gladys Greenhouse Racing Team number 1. It's a cart that most weekends is available to drive, and it's a fast car, but it doesn't get the respect that some is, and we see here. What just happened there with Matt is the drive tire fell off the Galletta's 1, so it's a fast cart, but it's had some bad luck. Last week it ran out of gas, and this week the drive tire just fell off it. So Matt has to go. Actually, Matt retired for the first race because he only 4 laps to go, I believe. So now this puts last week's 2 feature winners in first and second, Steve Sixberry and Adam Lytle. And they're pulling away a little bit from Gary Miller at third, because Stevens is hanging with Gary. See if they can make up some ground. Yes, they can right there. They made up a little bit of ground. Gary's a little rusty. He hasn't raced in several seasons. And Chris is trying to get the hang of the 78. He's liking it, but I get the feel for it now because he is now pulling up on Gary Miller Jr. Might be a little quicker than him, but there's no way around and not enough time. We're running out of laps for the first 2025. Wow, Sixberry took a little bit of a wild ride in that in between 2 and 1 and 2. Lytle was looking around, and we didn't get a white flag there, so and you can see what happens when you don't have a white flag. See, someone might think the checker's a white and go and give it their best effort for the last lap. And Gary Miller Jr. climbed Adams' rear. So Steve Sixberry, the second win of his career, and the second out of 3 features at Galletta's. That's impressive. Gary Miller Jr. with 3rd place in his return race. Also very impressive. Matt did not do very good. Not a good start for the season for Matt. He's at a flat tire. He's at he ran out of gas, and but this will put him on the pole for the second of the doubleheader, which is danger zone, because Matt's a danger anytime he's on the track at all. You put him in the lead, and his win percentage is up there. There he is, Matt Stevens on the pole. Andrew Hook second, Chris Stevens, Gary Miller. We just invert the field, so it's oops, sorry about that. Celeste Stevens in the background. And Stevens, the most experience in this karting league and probably points beyond, versus one of the least experienced drivers in second, and he's pulling away from the work. The track, much like he did in the first feature. Hands go up, but no one's slowing down. I don't think that starter Wesley Stevens saw the number 5 fly off. Andrew Hook might be off track, going a few laps down here, and Wesley Stevens is not throwing the flag, so I don't even know where he is right now, but he'll be a few laps down now. Usually, if you go off the track, Wesley Stevens usually has his hands full as he's counting laps and doing flags, and sometimes he doesn't see, and this is the case, so the caution never come out. Most of the drivers should have, we don't know if he just went off the track and went back on and keeps going. So we trust the starter to send the caution out if someone is stopped, and that didn't happen. So we keep racing. No caution unless there's obstacles on the track, of course, or someone needs help or something. So Matt Stevens in the 74. Chris Stevens in the 78, chasing up, and looky here. Adam Lytle has slowly caught back up to the both of them. Matt said he's feeling a little bit under the weather here. I don't know if that has anything to do with him not blowing everyone's doors in like he traditionally does when he takes the lead. It's usually a standard quote for Matt. Lap traffic coming up here. The top 3 get by him. The number 28 of Tony Hemingway. Caution come out there. If I'm not mistaken, that might have been when the 5 was finally noticed off track. So Wesley Stevens was way off there. Poor Alex is countless laps down now. He didn't sometimes if you go off the track, you start caution, and you can't keep going. You have to let the starter know or the other drivers know. Wave your hands or something. It was different when we used to have a lot of people here at Galletta's, and we had a corner. We had one flagger in each corner, and nothing got past at least three flaggers. We usually need one at the start-finish line and 2 corners, and that'd be pretty good. 3 sets of eyes will keep everything under control. We don't have any volunteers anymore, ladies and gentlemen. People, if you go back and look at our old videos, in the mid-2000s, we had so many people, it was just, we wouldn't even know them. They'd just show up, grab a flag, and help, and just chip in. But those days are long gone. Don't know what happened over the years. People just stopped coming to, it's just a few people that race every week, and it's at, you can't get anyone else. There's multiple theories behind it. One of them is that people that are really serious about racing go ahead and spend the extra dough to race at the local pay tracks, which there's like 5 or 6 of them at least in the 20 mile, 30 mile radius here. So once upon a time we were just back there at Speedway and the only one in the area that we know of. At least I'm sure there was others, but we had more people. Less people now. Chris Stevens is challenging me. It doesn't matter, obviously. It don't matter if no one else is there. If people want to come race, we'll race. If people don't want to come race, we got wives, kids, jobs, no baby, but we love to race too. So people show up every weekend, and in the summer we'll race. So just looking for a way around Matt. Pass in any kart. Matt's an experienced pro and doesn't make very many mistakes. And he usually knows his way around the track, and he's tough to get. Now Chris here, traffic always is a wild card for changing the outcome of a race. But Tony got out of the way there, he got low. It didn't change anything really. Actually, Adam fell behind a little bit because he didn't see there. And now it's to catch back up. Adam's been flying. Oh, Chris tried to get underneath Matt. Ooh, Adam Lytle poked the kamikaze move, which is not the most legal move at Galletta. Many people have gotten mad about that move in the past, because there's been some bad crashes happen when people try that. We call it the kamikaze move because you floor it in a 1 and hope that you clear the person trying to pass, and if you don't, there's going to be a pileup. Adam was able to pull the pass off, but Chris did back off a little bit, and a little contact was made. So Adam gets the pass, but he will lose a few points on it. It's an old rule. Adam will lose 5 points for that because he did make contact with Chris. Chris had to back out to prevent a more serious accident. So Adam moves into second, and now he's challenging Matt. He's right with Matt. And so is Chris. Chris is looking for a way to get them both, but we're running out of laps here. 25 laps isn't a lot to deal with. So we probably need more lap traffic, and there's the white flag. Finally, Les Stevens throws a white flag. Earlier, like we said, there was a little pileup because there was no white flag, just the checker, and there was some confusion on what was the last lap. Here we go. Matt Stevens, Adam Lytle, and Chris Stevens, top 3. Around the corner, Gary Miller Jr., Steve Sixberry. Past the finish line before Tony, but I think Andrew is a few laps down, so Tony finishes ahead of him technically on track. Because, but we'll look at this one again. Chris tried to get under Matt, lost momentum, and then Adam took a shot and he got it. But a little bit of contact was made. It was almost a perfect pass, but right there contact was made. You might have even saw a little spark. There. So Adam gets to keep second, but he loses 5 points. It's an old rule because there were almost fights. We've never really had a fight here at Galletta's, but there's been almost fights and people getting pretty mad at each other about that move, which we named the kamikaze move, because it's like you're almost sacrificing yourself to get the pass. And if you get it clean, it's fine. But if there's contact made, there's going to be a penalty. So Adam gets a slight penalty. Matt Stevens.
Different light because of that light there.
Winner
Yeah,
of
it's
feature
going to be a
number 2.
little bit different, a lot of contrast on it.
The co-owned between him and his brother.
Yeah,
Chris owns the chassis. Matt owns the the motor and drive system. But Chris almost never drives it.
Yeah, it's really bright here. Let's see if we can.
And winner of the first feature, Steve Sixberry. We're trying to get the lighting right. We had
So bright it's gonna.
our regular light blue above start finish line, so we were improvising, and the light wasn't that great, but we got a victory photo out of it. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because we have bonus footage after this.
Maybe turn
The rookie / makeup heat race.
Honey, it's good now.
And here's a rookie race to set off week 2 at Galletta's 2019. Andrew Hook, whose first race was last weekend, is starting on the pole in Galletta's number 5. The returning Gary Miller Jr. And we have a false start, ladies and gentlemen. The rookie, first time rookie, has gotten a false start, and they'll have to rein him in. And we've gone over the rules now. Once again, we're going to try it again. 8-lap rookie heat. Bonus footage. Andrew Hook in the Galletta's 5. The returning Gary Miller Jr. in the Galletta 0. And a first-time rookie, Tony Hemingway, rounding out the field. There we go, good start there, ladies and gentlemen. The rookie is in the Galletta Brothers number 28, owned by Brian Galletta. And they're not going to have a caution here to keep going. Letting Andrew and Gary Miller race. Andrew is in his second race ever at Galletta's. Gary Miller has taken a good 5, 6, possibly 7 years off, but is a former feature winner at Galletta's. The son of Gary Miller Sr., who is, before injuries took him out of racing action, was one of the top runners at Galletta's in the mid-2000s, before he was forced to retire about 2010-ish. Gary Miller Gary Miller Jr., mind you, is trying to look around Andrew. They're going to come up on lap traffic from the first time rookie. There's no passing flag yet. This is always the test. People can figure out the main groove, but then the test of Galletta's is who can make do outside of the main groove. And Gary Miller Jr. gets the pass when Andrew just fell way off after coming up on lap traffic. And as I said, that's always step 2 to learn at Galletta's. 1 is to learn the fast groove. 2 is to learn how to pass, how to do anything outside of the top groove. Now Gary Miller Jr. getting the white flag. Andrew now getting by. First time rookie. He's only in his second week of racing, so did a good job. Gary Miller, former feature winner, although as we said, he hasn't raced in a good 5 to 7 years. I'd have to look back into the archives to find his last race. It's been a while, possibly. It might have been more than that. It might have been maybe possibly the 2010, 2011, 2012 Classic, maybe a 2013 regular race was the last time. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we are set to resume the regular veteran race. I think we have 7 or 8 competitors this week. That was a rookie race, and probably we'll do it for bonus footage on the weekly video.